Hey, what is up, everybody? What is going on? So I am having a very terrific day. I hope you guys are having a good day as well. But today is definitely one of the best days of my life, and the reason being is because I just received for my birthday I would say probably my ultimate holy grail for my collection. Now, big shout out to my dad and my sister who got this for me for my birthday. This is just freaking phenomenal. It is definitely my favorite piece, and it's definitely my holy grail for my collection. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more in the video as to why. But this item right here, this movie, is what inspired me and just got me addicted to horror altogether. So I'm very excited to show you guys. You guys are gonna love it. I got the Zuni warrior doll, or the Zuni fetish doll replica from Hollywood Collectibles Group for my birthday, from my dad and from my sister. So this thing is freaking awesome. Like I said, it is definitely my ultimate holy grail for my collection. And just the whole reason why I started getting into collecting and my love for horror movies was Trilogy of Terror from 1975, that TV movie. And if you guys remember, Amelia, the third part of the movie, was where we had the Zuni doll come into play, and that story was just awesome. Matter of fact, when I watched the movie, I just skipped to Amelia automatically and just watched that. But hope you guys enjoy this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into this video with this ultimate grail in my collection. Okay guys, so here it is. This is the Hollywood Collectibles Group. This is the Zuni Fetish Warrior replica from Hollywood Collectibles Group, and this thing is freaking phenomenal. You can actually just see the size of it. I put down a little towel there so that way the table and doesn't mess up the box or the base that I'm going to show you guys in a minute. But look at this right here, the Zuni doll, the Zuni warrior from Trilogy of Terror 1975. Now, if you guys haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. The first two are, the stories in the movie are okay, but if you're gonna watch the movie, I would just skip to Amelia, which is the third segment of the movie, and it's just awesomeness. This is what sparked my love for horror movies, and I'll tell you a story as to how that even came to be. But we got the Zuni warrior fetish doll, molded directly from the only surviving original model. This nightmare-inducing Zuni warrior fetish doll stands approximately 15 inches tall and comes complete with his trusty spear. The fearsome statue is constructed from heavyweight polystone and then painstakingly hand-painted to the finest detail. The statue also features a cloth skirt, synthetic hair, and metal chain. Make sure his chain is securely attached. And this is number 418 out of 500. I have been trying to get my hands on this for the longest of times. And when I do find it, by the time I'm ready to buy it, it's gone. So, like I said, big shout out to my dad and my sister who was able to find this and purchase this for me for my birthday. This is, I just can't get over it. This is my absolute favorite piece of my collection, and definitely my ultimate holy grail. So, those of you who haven't seen Trilogy of Terror, so the whole story is this lady buys this doll for her boyfriend that she's dating, who's a professor at a university where he teaches other cultural items and stuff like that. And she purchases this doll at a antique store or one of those odd shops, and she bought it for him. And kind of long story, but her usually on this day that she was going to go out on this date with her boyfriend is the day that she hangs out with her mom, usually, because it was her boyfriend's birthday was on the same day or something like that, like on a Friday, every Friday or something. But anyway, she calls her mom to discuss it, that she's gonna have to cancel because she's got this date. And the mom is just one of those overbearing moms that well, you don't love me anymore, blah blah blah. So she ends up feeling guilty, and she calls her boyfriend and says, hey, we're gonna have to postpone the date. And she starts telling her mom about the doll. She picks it up and starts talking about it. And when she sets it back on the table, this gold chain here falls off. Now, in the scroll, it mentions he who kills, and that the chain right here is what keeps the hunter spirit inside the doll. And that if the chain ever comes off, that body and spirit will become one. And of course, you can kind of already guess, with the chain falling off, this evil thing comes back to life and starts going after her. So I'm gonna go ahead and start showing you guys the base and everything, and then of course the figure himself, and then I'll go into a little bit more detail as to how that story of me watching this movie and how it got me into watching horror movies and my love for horror. So give me a second, I'm gonna pull them out the box and then we'll go from there. All right guys, so here we go. We're gonna start with the base. So as you can see, the base has 3 holes, 2 holes for the figure to sit in and another hole for the spear to lay in. But if we look at the back, here we have the Zuni Warrior Fetish doll, number 418 out of 500, made in China, the Hollywood Collectibles Group. So nice base. It's kind of like a stone base, really nice and sturdy. Okay, and then of course we're going to start with the spear that the Zuni Fetish doll comes with. And it's a very sharp point to it too, but you can see all the details from the rope wrapped around the top, and of course we had the feathers along the spear, and it just goes all the way down. So nice looking spear. You can tell this guy can do some serious damage with this thing. Nice all around. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the base. I'm gonna go off camera and do that because it's kind of tricky to get. It's not tricky, but I want to make sure I can get them in there securely with the spear in his hand, so you guys can see him and I don't have to worry about him falling by trying to mess with it and have the camera on. So we're gonna go ahead, put them on the base, and you guys can see this crazy looking doll. All right guys, so here we go. We have the synthetic hair, we have the mold, we have the metal chain, but look at how awesome this guy is. I mean, when they say that they painstakingly painted this thing, they did a really good job. And the fact that he actually has synthetic hair to go along with it is just awesome. Even have the real metal chain right here. Want to make sure that that don't come off because I don't need this guy going after me. And then we have his skirt, and then there we go along the base. And I'm glad that they have the hole right there for his spear because his hand is open. Let's see. Right there, so it really doesn't hold the spear, so that little divot on the base helps it kind of stand there into his hand. But just look at this guy, guys. I mean, this is phenomenal. I absolutely love this movie. I love this character, and he's just, look how mean and ugly he is. And if you've seen the movie, you know how much damage he can really do, how fast he is, and just how simply evil this guy is. But they did a really good job with it. Like I said, for it to be molded from the only existing mold that's left is just awesome. This is a piece of movie history right here, just coming out of that mold. And to imagine that 500 of these were made, I can kind of imagine that that mold probably isn't any use to anybody anymore, because after a while your mold kind of will be damaged and just kind of wear and tear from using it. So in a way, technically this right here is right out of the movie, and is, you know, and like I said, it's the ultimate grail for me, because I mean, if this is out of the only existing movie mold, I mean, there's not going to be any more like this, at least as this perfect and screen accurate that you can get. You might get some others that can sculpt really good, that'll be awesome, but at the same time, I mean, coming right from the movie mold, I mean, this is a piece of history right here. So like I said, so a little story real quick for you guys. This doll, so when this movie came out, I wasn't even born yet, but when I was little, I watched it, and I was absolutely terrified of this thing. And my dad liked scary movies and horror movies like that. I remember watching it with him, and I remember when I first seen this thing come out and start attacking and screaming, I damn near shit my pants. And I remember taking off running. My dad grabbed me, brought me back into the living room with the movie, rewinded the movie back to where he starts, you know, going crazy, and forced me to watch this thing. Now, I remember crying and freaking out and, you know, sitting through watching this thing go all crazy and everything on it. And my dad, the reason he did that was because he didn't want me to be scared. He wanted to explain the fact of reality and make-believe, movies in real life, and that this thing wasn't real, it was just a movie. And since then, because of this movie and because of this Zuni doll right here, it is why I love horror and why I love scary things and why I'm addicted and scarred for life, which is a positive thing. I turned out just fine. So this thing means a lot to me, not only because this is what sparked my interest in horror, but this was technically the first horror movie that I watched with my dad. And the fact that my dad and my sister got this for me for my birthday is just awesome. And so it means a lot to me, not just because of, you know, my interest in horror and stuff, but the fact that my dad, first horror movie I seen with my dad, and now I have an item from that movie. And you know, like I said, to be the right from the movie mold, I mean, this is something that means a lot to me. So that's pretty much it, guys. I kind of wanted to give you guys a quick look at the Zuni doll. If you can find one, I highly recommend you pick it up. Like I said, out of the last remaining movie molds, you can't go wrong with this. Beautifully sculpted, painted, all that good stuff. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this one outside, so you guys have some good light on it, you guys can see it. And like I said, I highly recommend it. It is definitely my holy grail, and I love it to death. So now the tricky part is to come and find where. I'm gonna have to make room for this, because this is my ultimate trophy here. And like I said, I highly recommend it. If you can get it, grab it. And yeah, like I said, if you haven't seen the movie, definitely watch it. It's the third part of the movie. You'll see the Zuni doll come in. It's titled Amelia. And yeah, just go ahead and watch it. You'll see what I mean, and you'll enjoy it. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. And we actually have a halfway to Halloween giveaway going on, so make sure you guys click on that and find a way to enter, so that way you guys can see what the ultimate giveaway. There'll be 2 winners, so go ahead and click on that. And if you would like to support the channel, there is 3 links in the description below, and as to how you can donate to the channel. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.